Michael Wolff, the author of Fire and Fury, is in the news because he has explosive details about the rift in MAGA where Donald Trump literally used an expletive when talking about Tucker Carlson. And we now know that Tulsi Gabbard is on the outs with the White House. And I think we all saw that one coming. And interestingly, the White House sort of confirmed it. Now, first, let's talk about this interview with Michael Wolff, where he really goes into detail about what is going on with MAGA. The decision that was made with this bombing, where apparently when Donald Trump said 2 weeks, he really meant it. And I know MAGA likes to say Donald Trump does 4D chess. No, like when he saw the Tucker Carlson interview, he said to himself, wow, maybe I really should back off of this because MAGA is not going to like it. And then the Republicans in the Senate got into his head and they said to him that it's going to be good for him. Watch this full clip and then let's talk about it.
What's going on?
The White House, all of the White House particulars are out trying to frame a case that this has been underway, that this is a plan, that this strategy has rolled out in a methodical fashion, and this 2 weeks, it will be 2 weeks, was Trump's clever ruse. This is not true at all. This is completely made up. And many people in the White House are chuckling about this. He dithered right up until the last minute. He went into Thursday. Thursday he was Tucker, Bannon, and he had seen Tucker's interview with Ted Cruz, where Ted Cruz got massacred. And that's what he said. My God, Cruz got slaughtered.
Interesting. So Donald Trump watched Tucker Carlson's interview with Ted Cruz, where Ted Cruz didn't know the population of Iran, didn't know the tribes of Iran.
And that was very much a there but for the grace of God moment for him. And then he pulled back, and that's when the 2 weeks, we're going to think about this, who knows, kind of stuff happened. And then he went into Friday, and the congressional leadership, the Republicans, strongly a neocon group, came back at him, and were really like, you got to do this, and you're going to look bad if you don't do this, and you have an opportunity to look good, to be a winner. They kept repeating this. They know how to play this guy. You're going to be a winner if you do this. And then
real quick, if Republicans in the Senate can play Donald Trump, don't you think that Putin can do that? Don't you think that China can do that? This is why having Donald Trump as president is extremely dangerous, because he will do anything that the last person who complimented him tells him to do.
By Friday afternoon, it was literally in a whole series of phone calls. It was fuck Tucker. And it's interesting that Tucker became the real enemy here, and the real point person representing the MAGA objection, the MAGA fury. So he had to get over that. He had to really focus on Tucker and say, fuck him. And then it went on. And then he said, then he kept the tenor of the phone calls was him saying, I think I'm going to look very good if I do this. So this was, in a Instagram post today, I called that, a vanity bombing, which I think very much it is. But it really was not until the last minute, kind of late on Friday, apparently, that there was a genuine go.
Yeah. So Donald Trump says, fuck Tucker. What he really means is fuck MAGA, fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene, fuck Steve Bannon. Now, Tucker Carlson represents all of that. Fuck America first. So this is a huge insult to MAGA, for sure. And Donald Trump, when Pete Hegseth and Rubio and Vance were saying there's going to be no regime change, and when his whole brand is about America first, Donald Trump posted this. He said, it's not politically correct to use the term regime change, but if the Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? MAGA MAGA. It's not make America great again. It's make Iran great again. And that is, again, a slap in the face to all of his supporters, each and every one of them. Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote this long ass piece of text that basically is just like, fuck Trump, fuck all of this. You know, we don't want to go any more wars, all sort of thing. And then we have Mark Levine, who said to her, Mark Levine, by the way, who said this actually. Let's just go to this first, where he said this about Democrats. Now, keep in mind, a Democrat was just murdered because of a political nut.
And so there they are, the reprobates, the miscreants, the malcontents, starting with AOC and Bernie Sanders. Two people who hate the Constitution and hate the Republic, or they wouldn't be Marxist Islamists, would they? So they say the president violated the War Powers Act, which was passed in 1973, and my guest, John, you and I are going to discuss at some length. It was violated. He must be impeached. He's a dictator. Our military just pulled off something that is astonishing. Just saved the world, the entire world. And by the way, that includes the United States, from a nuclear Iran. And the Democrats see this as an opportunity they believe to exploit. They're the enemy within. They are the enemy within.
Calling someone the enemy within is literally putting a bullseye on them. It's just not okay. It's not okay, especially with the way that we have seen violence being used in this country against political opponents. They got to take the temperature down, because it's okay to be against what Donald Trump is doing. And by the way, it wasn't successful anyways. They don't even know if they got rid of all of their nuclear capabilities. We don't know. We don't know. But anyway, that was a side note. He is also attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene. So he's attacking AOC and he's attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling her incredibly dumb. So there is something going on here that is important to pay attention to. What Donald Trump did, he did with really no clear way in or way out. He did it because he was told it would make him look good. He also is at the same time really destroying the connection he has with his base. If Marjorie Taylor Greene is the enemy for Donald Trump, one of his staunchest supporters, if Tucker Carlson is now the enemy, then he's created a much bigger problem than just bombing a foreign country. He may have just bombed his base, and we're going to see how this plays out. And I don't think it's going to be well for Trump, because Donald Trump really was not thinking this through clearly, and he didn't even get the job done. That's another thing. It's like, we are going to learn in the next few days and weeks that this was not a success. We're going to learn that from legacy sources and from independent media. And what Donald Trump and his minions are going to try to do is say that it's totally fine. And it's not. It's not fine. If you're going to do the thing, at least do it correctly. Because what? We're going to do round two, and we still have to wait for Iran's response, which I'm sure is going to create a response from Trump. So this doesn't just end with one bombing. This is just the beginning. But at least we know that he bombed his own support. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like in the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.